Hey there, folks. I want to do an update on my case with Thomas Reynolds. So today I was scrolling along and I saw an article come out of Streator from the Streator Police Department that a person over the last couple of days was shot by somebody, and the person who shot him was charged and arrested for Class X aggravated battery with a firearm. That's exactly what Thomas Reynolds was charged with, Class X aggravated battery with a firearm. He was also charged with a Class 1 aggravated discharge of a firearm. Thomas Reynolds harassed me for weeks before the shooting. I called the police multiple times, maybe 30 times. I actually placed a 911 call that was ignored, and the police didn't arrive. The interactions were all recorded. He assaulted me, and the state's attorney elected not to press charges for the assault. After the shooting, the police did not, in my opinion, conduct a proper investigation. My glasses were broken. They were knocked off my face. I found those glasses when I went to go pick up my stuff out of my car. Why those glasses were not examined is beyond me. Why, I don't know whether they fingerprinted the door to show that Thomas Reynolds opened my door and attacked me. Why were my clothes that were taken off my body, that were covered in blood and had bullet holes through them, why were they discarded instead of kept as evidence? There has been a slew. And so Thomas Reynolds, after he shot me, was charged with a $100,000 bond. That was 10% to walk. So he posted $10,000 that same day and was able to get released from jail. The guy who shot this guy in Streator, he was charged with a $1 million bail, so his bail is $100,000 to walk. So I talked to somebody up at the courthouse just a moment ago, and I asked them, why is it, do you think, that there's such a large discrepancy of $900,000? And they said, well, maybe it's because the person had a more of extensive criminal history. And I said, that's interesting, because I thought the same. Thomas Reynolds has an extensive criminal history. In fact, he has 8 battery charges over the last 15 years. I don't know whether they were convictions or not, but nonetheless, he has and that's not the end of his criminal record, not just the batteries. There's other stuff as well. The other guy, I don't know. I don't know what his criminal record looks like, but I'm going to go ahead and just take a guess that it doesn't even compare to Thomas Reynolds' criminal history. So there is a huge discrepancy in how this person in Streator is being treated versus Thomas Reynolds. And then after the shooting, then I get dozens of people reaching out to me and saying how Thomas Reynolds and his family have a substantial influence within Lasalle County, within the police department, within the court system. In fact, Thomas Reynolds Sr., his father, it says on camera that he has friends at the police department. So we have a situation where a landlord is harassing a tenant that is being violent and aggressive, and they're showing up, and that tenant is calling the police and saying, I feel in fear for my safety, and I want you guys to do something. And this person is breaking the law, this person is assaulting, this person is near battery, and the police refuse to do anything. Then it leads to violence, actual physical gun violence, and then the police fail to produce a proper investigation, and then it gets to the state's attorney, and they decide that they only want to charge this person with the 10%, $10,000 to walk for a Class X battery, aggravated battery with a firearm. I don't know if I mentioned already, but the person in Streator was only charged with the Class X aggravated battery with a firearm. Thomas Reynolds was charged with aggravated battery and aggravated discharge, and his bond is $900,000 less. There is something suspicious going on. The Reynolds family is getting special treatment from the prosecutor, from the judges, from the county in LaSalle County than other people are for the exact same crime. This is not some conspiracy. This isn't me stepping out of place and saying that there's something I don't know about. This is clearly on its face special treatment for the Reynolds family, and you can't convince me otherwise.